All right, folks, we are back in from the break of a number one form for Bama football news. In my own words, yours truly, Stephen Smith of Touchdown Alabama Magazine. Appreciate everybody tuning into the show on this evening. And before we jump into the final topic, got to remind you of TDAwear.com. That is TDAwear.com. So for all of you fans still overjoyed with the Tide's National Championship, check out our championship collection merch. That means you grab you an 18 of them things, folks. Hoodie, t-shirt, hoodie, or sweatshirt, as well as our Got 18 We Do shirts. Designs which features all 18 championship years on the back. You head over to TDAwear.com. Do it right now, TDAwear.com, and go over Championship Collections tab and get you that merch today. Copy those shirts, showing that support to Coach Saban, the University of Alabama, the student athletes, and us here at Touchdown Alabama Magazine. Well, Coach Saban had a few words today. He had a statement today that described, why it takes more than defense now to win championships, or to better put it, how, you're not going to see any more of these elite defenses just shutting teams out as you once did. So aside from hearing it from me, check out Nick Saban. Right, this is what Coach Saban had to say today. Check him out.
We have good defense. I mean, we gave up 19 points a game last year, and that was first in the SEC. 19 points a game. That's 6 points above what we think is average, which is giving up 13 points a game, and it's first in the SEC. So the game is different now. People score fast. The whole idea, like I grew up with the idea that you play good defense, you run the ball, you control vertical field position on special teams, and you're going to win. Whoever rushes the ball the most for the most yards is going to win the game. You're not going to win anything now doing that. Because the way the spread is, the way the rules are, to run RPOs, the way the rules are that you can block downfield and throw the ball behind the line of scrimmage. I mean, those rules have changed college football. All right, and no huddle fastball has changed college football. So I changed my philosophy about 5 or 6 years ago. All right, and it was more than that. When Lane came here, we said we got to outscore him.
You heard from Nick Saban, people. So now I'm going to give my reaction to this. And to me, my opinion, I agree with him. And I've been saying this for quite some time, that the game's changed. I've been saying this for quite some time, that the system now favors the offenses. The rules now favor the offenses. The analytics now favor the offenses. The numbers now favor the offenses. All the data favors the offenses, and the defenses are trying to catch up to some degree. I've been saying this for quite some time, and this is Nick Saban evolving. We have to evolve. I mean, you're not going to stay an infant your whole life. You're going to become a toddler. You're going to go from drinking milk out of a bottle or drinking Similac or breast milk to moving on to eating solid food. You're going to go from baby to toddler to elementary school, junior high, high school, college, adulthood. You grow. You grow, you change, you evolve. Nick Saban grows, changes, evolves. So I agree with him on this statement, because due to the fact that you go back and you look at you go back and look at 2014 for just a moment here. Nick Saban saw this coming in 2014. Remember how during that season you had Gus Malzahn running that fastball, no huddle, and it was frustrating Alabama. And you remember how Hugh Freeze at Ole Miss was running that fastball, no huddle, and it was frustrating Alabama. And other teams, along with those teams, are going to run that fastball, no huddle offense, and it was frustrating Alabama. Well, Nick Saban knew right then the game's changing. The game is changing. Things are evolved. Things are becoming different. How can I stay afloat and change with the time? How can I stay afloat to make sure that I'm remaining at the top of college football? We've seen Bear Bryant do this. Bear Bryant went from the wishbone to, conventional style offense. We've seen Bear Bryant do this. We've seen other coaches do this. You evolve, You change with the time, because if you don't evolve, if you don't change, you're going to get passed by. You're going to get run over. You're going to get left behind. And I understand you got a lot of the traditional Bama fans going, well, Steven, does this mean that Bama defense is just going to fall by the wayside? Does this mean that, Saban just going to stop paying attention to detail? Does this mean that Saban just going to give up and we're not going to have a great defense and we're not going to be able to stop people and we're not going to be able to tackle and we're not going to be able to make plays? Does this mean that Saban's going to bump defense, just cast it out of the water? Now, I'm not saying that. This is not bump defense. This is not cast defense out of the water. This is saying Saban fully understands where the game's going. He fully understands where the game's trending. He fully understands where the game's headed, and it's headed more offense. That's where it is right now. Kids coming out of high school, these quarterbacks, these running backs, these receivers coming out of high school know way more now at these camps than ever before. You look at these offensive coordinators, these offensive-minded head coaches, they are studying the data, they're studying the analytics, they're studying the numbers, they're studying the components now more than ever before. So they know how to trick defenses, how to maneuver defenses, how to sidetrack defenses, how to stretch them things so they pop. They know. And now you're seeing Saban come out saying it. So, in my opinion, I agree with him. But then you have others that go, well, Steve, this is simple. All you got to do to get the defense back right, fire Pete Golding. That's all you got to do. Fire Pete Golding. If you fire Pete Golding, you can get the defense back right. We can have our cake and eat it too. We can be dominant. Offense, defense, special teams. All you got to do is fire Pete Golding. Shorty, it ain't that simple, folks. It ain't that simple, baby. It's not that simple. Because let's say this. Peep this pimp juice. Let's say if you fire Pete Golding, if you fire him, who do you go out there and get? Who do you trust that can definitively, beyond a shout of a doubt, beyond the drop of a hat, shut these fastball offenses down? Who can you get that can do that? Because the guru of defense, we thought he was the guru of defense, Brent Venables of Clemson, he couldn't shut it down. Ohio State dropped 50 on that man's head. He couldn't shut it down. Then the Ohio State defensive coordinator, people thought maybe he can slow down Bama. Bama dropped 50 on that man's head. So who can you go out there, if you're going to fire Pete Golding, who can you go out there that can definitively shut down these fastball offenses and not give them nothing? You are going to be hard-pressed to find somebody defensively that can go out there and shut these guys down. We have gotten to where it's a bend but don't break defense, and that's fine. That style got Alabama to a national championship because you saw down the stretch of games last year where the defense got better, where it was getting to the quarterback, where it was sacking the quarterback, where it was making plays, where it was getting stops. We all saw where the defense got better, and if anything, this upcoming season, the bulk of that defense, all the marquee guys are back on that side of the ball, and they all have 2 to 3 to 4 years big experience with Pete Golding. So if there was ever a year where we can take a step forward and be better and go from better to better, this upcoming season would be that season. But going back to answering Nick Saban's thoughts, in my opinion, I agree with him. I've been saying it for a minute now, that the schemes change, things have evolved, the game's change, and if you want to be the best, you got to change with the times and tweak it to where you can do it better. And Nick Saban's tweaked it to where he's doing it better on the offensive side of the ball, and defense has to find ways to get better step by step, piece by piece, bit by bit. So that's Nick Saban right there. If you don't believe how he put it, that's how I'm putting it right there in my own opinion. But as always, folks, you want the best in news, notes, information here on your favorite program, that being the Crimson Tide. You can get this by access the Touchdown Alabama Magazine app. You download the app from the iPhone App Store, Google Play Store, if you got the Android phone. For your audio listening needs, we got you right here, iTunes or Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, Spreaker, TuneIn Radio, Overcast.fm, or iHeartRadio. We got you covered. If the good and gracious Lord sees fit, I'll be back on Monday, continuing the conversation that is Tide football. Gotta shout out Gucci Tide. One time, that $10 donation coming from Gucci Tide. We've reached 200, 2 bills, 2 stacks. We've reached $200 here in the Super Chats. Appreciate you guys, all of you guys, for the love, the fire, the passion, the support, the genuineness coming from you, the Alabama football fan base. You can purchase individual copies of Touchdown Alabama Magazine, have those sent to your door. That link will be found in the description. You can also, if you're trying to get the print copy of TDA, the print copy is coming soon. You go to touchdownalabama.com, you click join, become a member, a subscriber today. Go on to touchdownalabama.com, clicking join if you're trying to get the print copy of the magazine. Also, if you're still trying to get that 4-finger bling necklace courtesy of weownthefourthquarter.com, that link in the description too. But until next time, folks, husbands love your wives. Wives appreciate and value those husbands. Children, weekend is in. Do the right thing, smart thing, good thing, but legitimate thing to not be bored. Get you those 3 hearty meals a day, those 3 great laughs a day. Protect yourself. Protect the loved ones around you. Enjoy the Sweet 16 this weekend as Bama men's basketball takes on UCLA on Sunday. Enjoy the game this weekend. Until next time, folks, so long, everybody. Spend in my own words. Thank you for watching Touchdown Alabama Magazine's YouTube channel. To continue to get the best in Alabama football content, subscribe here and turn on your notifications to stay connected with the hottest shows covering your Crimson Tide.